I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, AfterBuzzers? How's it going? Benny here, excited to be here today to talk to you about a very special movie. And I have a special guest with me today, Mr. Collin Blackford. He is in the Disney Plus movie Stargirl. How is it going, man?
You know, I'm doing well. I'm staying healthy, which is about all I can ask for now. But yeah, I'm doing well. I mean, about as well as I can.
That's awesome, man. So you were in this huge Disney movie. You play a hilarious character by the name, who I'm very proud of this name, Benny Burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you explain to the listeners what your character is about?
Yeah, so I'm one of the best friends of the main character, Leo Borlock, kind of in his friend group. And the biggest thing that if you watch the movie, it's quite obvious is that I eat a ton. And I think every scene but like two, I am eating popcorn or burritos specifically or pizza, or that's kind of my thing. And I had a lot of fun with that. And it was just really fun to play a character that was kind of outside my comfort zone with that. And I had to learn how to eat a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that every single scene I saw you in, you were eating something. It was a burrito or it was chips. Was that a fun character to play, just being able to eat all those different foods? Did it have its pros?
It definitely had its pros. I mean, on the first day of the set when we had the table read, they were like, "Hey, you're going to be eating a lot." So they gave me, they're like, what do you want to eat? What do you not want to eat? And so for like the burritos, I don't like beans. So they made me breakfast burritos, which were amazing. But after eating the same burrito 40 different times, it's less amazing. But it definitely had its pros. I got a lot of good food and it was always fun. I always like to say it's kind of like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11, or if you watch that, he's always eating something. And it was kind of something that I could have fun with. And we had a lot of like ad lib and stuff that we added in the moment. We're like, hey, why don't we have you doing this in the scene too? Which was really fun also.
Okay. And so one thing that I really love about this movie, it's such a touching coming of age type of movie. What drew you to this film to begin with?
I think it's such a prevalent message, and it's one that's been said before, but I never heard of the book before I got the movie. When I did, I read the book, and it's just got such a prevalent message to it. But I think the best thing that it does is it portrays it in such a realistic way. And I think that, especially in today's age, it's the message is so prominent. And I think now, as soon as it came out and then everything shut down, I think it's nice just to have a feel-good movie out there. And I think this is a great one for that. The message of being true to yourself is one that's timeless and will always be. And I think this portrays it in a really realistic way. And I'm really proud to be a part of that.
Right. And you kind of touched on it, how you prepared for the movie. You read the book. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're in high school, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did being in high school, was that because you play a high school student in the movie? Did being in high school, or does being in high school, did that help you prepare for your character's role?
It definitely does. And I've always liked to say that I've kept that part of my life. I've gone to high school. I'm still in high school. And I've always wanted to do that because I feel like that's really important. And it helps because I can draw from situations like that in my real life. And it does help. And it's actually kind of funny because I remember at one point on set, Karan Brar, who plays Keven, we had to cheer at a football game. And he's like, Colin, I don't know anything about sports. I don't know how to cheer. So I had to teach him cheers to do. I had to be like, let's go mud frogs. And I had to teach him how to do it because he didn't know how to do it.
That is awesome. That sounds so much fun. Speaking of just having fun on set, what were some other fun things you did? Because this was such a huge cast with so many talented people. I can only imagine like the things you guys got into.
Yeah, so there was a group of about 13 to 14 of us, of kids and adults playing kids. And we all just kind of connected so well on the first day. And we did tons of stuff. I think we did an escape room, one with the kids, one with the kid adults that the kids did not get out, but the adults did. We would go out almost every day, every night. I remember one day, it was me, Graham Frasher, and Julio Cesar. It was the last weekend we were filming. We had the wrap party that night. And the three of us hung out the entire day because we're like, this is going to be the last like free day we have, and we might not see each other for a long time. And we spent the whole day together, just going around Albuquerque, hanging out, and then we went to the wrap party the night with everyone there at this big open like arcade bowling place. And I just think that I remember I got home that night and I was like, wow, that was one of the most fun days I've ever had in my life. And I think I really just attest that to the people because it was just such a great cast of kids.
Did you know the movie has been getting like amazing reviews? Did you know it would have the impact that it has right now before it got released?
I had a good feeling about it. And going into it, when I read the script, I was like, wow, I think this is going to be really good. And then filming it, seeing how great the process was, I was like, wow, I really have a good feeling about this. But then, of course, we're really fortunate it's out on Disney Plus and not in theater.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And I think because of that, it's reached a lot more people. And I always like to say that I would have expected this, but I mean, I saw that Rick Riordan, who wrote the Percy Jackson books, and Nicole Kidman put on their Instagrams, are like, "Hey, go watch this movie," and I was like, "Wow!" I read those. It's just crazy to think that it's reaching as far out as those people, and so yeah, it really kind of was. It was really cool.
That's awesome. And so you just mentioned a couple of famous actors. Who's one actor that you would love to work with on a future project?
Definitely have to be Bryan Cranston. He's my favorite actor ever. I remember I watched him in Malcolm in the Middle when I was younger, and then I heard of this show called Breaking Bad. You might have heard of it, but
maybe
just to see this guy who was hilarious in that show, then to change and go to such an amazing character in Breaking Bad. I think he seems like such a nice person, and he's such a well-rounded actor. If I had to work with anyone, it would be him. He's amazing.
And so I love your character. I think you are an amazing actor, and you've done other projects as well. What got you into acting to begin with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit of a long story. I started with theater when I was younger, and I just did it like a school play in first grade, just like every kid in the grade did. And I really enjoyed it. So I went to my parents and I was like, hey, I want to do some more theater. And so we kind of got me into theater around Colorado. I worked with the Rocky Mountain Conservatory Theater with Anthony Hubert, and I did a lot of shows there, would do summer camps. And then we kind of realized that there isn't a ton of opportunities in Denver for that. So I decided, hey, let me try out film. And so I got my first agent out in Colorado, started working with my acting teacher, Patrick Sheridan. And then I got into New Mexico through a showcase with Marty Lindsay, a fellow actor. He set up a showcase for a bunch of kids to go down to New Mexico. And there's 15 of us perform in front of agents down there. And I was the only kid who got signed.
Wow.
So through that agent, Mitchell and Associates, is how I got Stargirl. And then recently I got a manager in LA. But so I kind of auditioned and worked through those three places. I auditioned through LA, New Mexico, and here in Colorado. And yeah.
That's awesome, man. So this is a Disney movie, obviously. What is if you could pick any Disney movie ever, like what's like your favorite Disney movie to watch?
I will say it's one that unfortunately I didn't watch till only a couple years ago, but I have to go with Lion King. Lion King is such a great.
Nice.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it till I think after my freshman year at high school. I remember my friends were like, "Oh, I love Lion King." I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever watched Lion King, and I watched it with my friends, and it's a great movie. I really enjoy it. It's got such a good message, and it's timeless. I mean,
yeah,
Lion King, it's great.
Completely agree. Question is, did you see the live action Lion King?
I have not. No,
I haven't either. So
I just feel like it's the original. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to switch to the original.
I completely agree with you, man. What's one thing that you want people who have not seen the movie yet, but who are going to see it, what do you want them to take away from this film?
I think the biggest thing is to take away that important message that's prevalent and timeless is that being true to yourself is the best thing. And I always, especially for me, who's been in high school and been in situations like this, where sometimes, people, and everyone goes through this, moments where they're like, hey, I need to conform because that's cool. Or I just don't want to be noticed. I want people to like me. But I think that this film shows you that, as I think everyone slowly learns, being yourself is by far the most important thing. And that's something that I've had happen to me. Before this, not a lot of people knew that I acted in my school. And now after this, I'm open with it. It's part of my life. something that I don't hide away from. Whereas when I was younger, I kind of did. And
Mhm.
that message is prevalent for everyone. Everyone can take away that message. And there's one thing I think it would be that message, which is staying true to yourself.
I like it, man. And you are definitely a rising star. I see big things coming your way. What do you see yourself doing in the future? Do you want to do more TV? Do you want to do more movies? Do you want to do more theater? What
Mhm.
is it that you want to see yourself doing more in?
You know, I would always love to be on a TV show. I think a little like a comedy TV show would be great. That would be so much fun to work on. I eventually want to go to movies. That's been my dream since I was a little kid, is to do that. I also, something that's really important to me is to go to college. And I'm looking at LA schools right now because I think that's really important to have a backup plan. And so I want to have that part of my life too. So I'm looking at colleges right now, but I want to do that also. But and then of course, if I had a huge opportunity, I drop everything and say yes. Um, yeah, being in that industry and being a prominent name has always been something that has been a dream of mine. And especially after this, it seems like something that's actually possible.
That's really cool. And I really love the fact that you touched on that you want to go to college. What are you thinking about majoring in?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I might just get a business degree, maybe a finance or something like that. I've looked at LMU and UCLA. I visited both of them. I was planning on visiting them this summer, but who knows now, more this summer. But
Mhm.
something that I can have in my back pocket and always have because I think it's so useful to have a college degree nowadays. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's smart also.
You're a very, very smart man, man. That's I like that. Last question. This is the big question. What are your top 5 favorite TV shows?
Ooh. Number one, Breaking Bad. It's
Okay.
in my opinion, the greatest show of all time. That's my number one. I would go The Office is up there too. I've watched that 100 times. I can't even lie and say that's great. Um, Arrested Development. Love Jason Bateman. That show is hilarious. Hmm. Walking Dead, because I've watched that with my dad and my brother my whole life. And
Nice.
last one, probably go with Dexter.
You have very good taste.
Yeah.
Each one of those shows, I was like, I watch each
Mhm.
and every one.
Only the first 4 seasons of Dexter, though.
You haven't finished the whole season or the whole series?
I've watched the rest of it, but only the first.
Oh, okay. I feel you. Okay. I
Mhm.
get that. I get that. All right. Well, Colin, thank you so much, man. This was
Yeah.
an amazing talk. I had an amazing time talking with you. I know you are going to have big things coming up for you in the future. Why don't you give all your listeners where they can follow you on social media?
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram at cb4_1. I think my Facebook is just Collin Blackford, but mostly my biggest thing is Instagram. That's where I'm on a lot now, throwing out all these articles and news projects and auditions I'm working on. So yeah, once everything opens back up, can't wait to get started.
And hopefully things will open back up soon. But that is all the time I have for today. I am your host, Benny Adams. Once again, Colin, thank you so much.
Thank
You guys
you.
can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams, and I will see you guys next time.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.